Good morning, everyone. We are going to continue with chapter number 7, that is events, from the subject web frameworks. In last sessions, we have seen asynchronous JavaScript, then asynchronous control flow with callbacks, and about promises. In these sessions, we are going to continue with event emitter class and asynchronous function and await function or instructions. Here we are going to continue with event emitter class. Here Node.js uses events. Node.js uses events module to create and handle custom events. It creates event module or it uses events module to create and handle custom events. The event emitter class can be used to create and handle custom events module. So there is one module for handling and creating that events, that is events module. So similarly, we are going to import, in previous sessions we have seen that how to import module in Node.js. For that, here we are going to import that events module in event emitter. So there is one syntax for importing the events module in this event emitter here. See the syntax: constant event emitter is equals to use require function to import that module. Use require function and pass inside the brackets in single quote that module name. That is, here we are going to import that events module here. So the syntax for importing that event module is, take one constant like event emitter equals to use require function inside the bracket, pass that module name in single quote. So here all the event emitters emit the event new listener. It emits that event new listener when new listeners are added, and remove the listeners, that is remove listeners when existing listeners are removed. At that time they're adding, whenever new listeners are registered, it emits the new event, then new listeners, it emits event new listener when new listeners are added, and remove listeners when existing listeners are removed. It also provides another option like Boolean capture rejections. The default value for that is false and it automatically captures the rejections. Okay, this is all about event emitter class, that whenever any listeners are added, that event is that all event emitters are emitted with that event new listeners, and whenever we are going to remove that listeners, at the time use remove listeners. Then here you can see listening events. So before emits any event, it must register functions or callbacks to listen to the events. Whenever we are going to register any functions to listen that events, we have to first emits that events, or we have to register that event. Here it is the syntax for adding that listener, like event emitter dot add listener. See the syntax: event emitter dot add listener, and the parameters are event and listener. Similarly, event emitter dot on, and the parameter is event comma listener. So here event emitter dot on and their parameter, and event emitter dot add listeners with the parameters are similar. So both are adding the listeners at the end of listeners array for the specified event. So if multiple calls are for that same event and listeners, it will add that listener multiple times and correspondingly fire multiple times. So if we are going to call, whenever we are going to add any listener and we are going to call that listeners multiple time, it will add that listeners multiple times and it will fire that uh, events multiple times. So both the functions here, event emitter dot add listener and event emitter dot on, both are similar, and this both function returns that emitter, so that calls can be chain here. Okay, so these two functions are similar here for registering the events, that is listening the events. Here next, emitting the events. So every event is named event in Node.js. So we can trigger an event by emit function. Here see the emit function, emit with the parameters like event comma the arguments, so that we can trigger that any event by using the function emit with the parameters event and their arguments. We can pass an arbitrary set of arguments. Here you can see we can pass arbitrary or number of set of arguments to the listener function. So see the syntax for this emitting events. Event emitter dot emit inside the bracket event dot argument 1 argument 2 and so on. We can pass the multiple arguments with the that with that event. So here we will see one example for importing events, registering events, and triggering that event. So first, importing events. So we have seen that how to import that events. For that, use one constant event emitter equals to use require function. Using require function, we are going to import that module. We have to import events module here. Okay, then initializing event emitter instances. So how to initialize, like where event emitter is equals to use new keyword here, new event emitter. So in this way we are going to initialize the event emitter instances. Then we have to register to event here, registering to my event. This is the event name here. So how to register? So event emitter dot on, or otherwise use add listener. Okay, use add listener or use event emitter dot on. Okay, so we are going to use like event emitter dot on inside the bracket event. So event is my event comma, then here you can see the parameter, this listener event comma listener. So my event, this is the event, and comma this is the listener, like message. Which message we are going to print here? Console.log message. So here message is the listener here for this event. So how to trigger this event? So for triggering this event, write event emitter dot emit inside the bracket, give the event name, that is my event, and then arguments like first event we are going to pass argument as a message. That message we are going to print here. So pass this argument as a message like first event. So if we are going to execute this code, we will get the output like first event, that is this. So why? Because we are going to uh, listen this event is where we have to print the message. Okay, so that message in that event is first event. Here we have trigger that event, my event comma then the message. Okay, then how to remove that listeners after adding the listener? So the event emitter dot remove listener takes two arguments like event and listener. Similarly, adding the listener, it will take two arguments, event and listener. Okay, then it removes the listeners from the listeners array, and that is subscribed to that event. It removes that listeners from that listener array. While event emitter dot remove all listeners, it removes all the listeners from the array which are subscribed to that particular event. So you see the syntax for this: event emitter dot remove listener with the parameter event and listener. So this remove listener will remove the listener from the listener array. And next one is event emitter dot remove all listeners. It takes the parameter as event. Here you can see the event as array. That means all the listeners we are going to remove that are mentioned with that event. Then here we will see one example which is which is having some importing events, then initializing that event, then registering events, triggering that events, removing that single event, removing all the events here. First, import the event using require function, then initialize the event. We have seen that how to import the events and how to initialize the event emitter instances here. variable event emitter is equals to new event emitter. Okay, this is the way we can initialize that event emitter instances. Then here you can see the events where jig1 is equals to message. This is the event. Okay, and what it contains, we are going to print that message, like message from jig1, that is plus message from jig1 with the message we are going to add here as a event. Then similarly, variable where jig2 is equals to message console.log message from jig2 plus message. Okay, then here now we have to register these two listeners here, jig1 and jig2 here, like event emitter dot on, that event name is my event and the listener, that is jig1 and jig2. Here you can see we have registered that jig1 listener twice. Okay, here you can see. Then next event is event emitter dot my event jig2. Okay, so now here you can see removing listener jig1 here, this that are registered on this line 13. Yeah, we are going to removing that listener. How to remove this? Like event emitter dot remove listener, inside the bracket pass that event comma listener, that is event name is my event comma jig1, that we are going to remove here. Now we are going to trigger that event. How to trigger that event? Event emitter dot emit, inside the bracket event name, that is my event comma event occurred. And next we are going to remove all the listeners from this event. So similarly, like event emitter dot remove all listeners and give that event name. Here you can see we have just give that event as a my event. And then we are going to trigger another event, event emitter dot my event comma error occurred. Okay, so here you can see we have given that message error occurred. Okay, so it will print like message from, after executing this we will get output as message from jig1, because here you can see we have added twice this, we have registered this event listener twice. So for after that we have remove this listener, and we are remaining with jig1 and jig2. So first it will print message from jig1, that is event occurred. Then it will remove all the listeners. Then it will print message from jig2, that is error, sorry, event occurred. Okay, then here you can see we have registered with two times jig1, we have registered two times, and one time, that is jig2. For calling that event emitter dot remove listener, that is my event dot jig1, one instance of that jig1 will be removed. We have seen that it will be removed. Then finally we are going to remove all the listeners by using that remove all listeners method, that will remove all the listeners to my event. Then here you can see some special events. So all event emitter instances emit the event, all event emitter instances emit the event new listener when new listeners are added. When new listeners are added, it will emit the event new listener. And when that existing listeners are removed, that is remove listeners. These are the special events, that is new listener and remove the listeners. Here next one is event. Event is new listener. Okay, so new listener is, that is the event emitter instances will emit its own new listener, its own new listener event before a listener is added to its internal array of listeners. It emits its own new listener when it is when it is before adding to that internal array of listeners. Then listeners register for the new listener event, it will be passed to the event name and reference to the listener being added. Then the event new listener is triggered before adding the listener to the array. Here you can see we are going to add that listener once and register with that listener. Here see the syntax, that is event emitter dot once, inside the bracket new listener is added, comma the listener, another listener. Here see the listener, we are going to register, or we are going to add that listener itself here. See, that is, that instance will emit its own new listener event before a listener is added to its internal array. Here event emitter dot on. Now we are going to register with that event. Okay, that is new listener comma listener. This listener will be register with the new listener. Then next event is remove listener. The remove listener event is emitted after a listener is removed. After that listener is removed, it will emit that remove listener. So see the syntax for that event emitter dot once remove listener comma listener and register with that remove listener like event emitter dot on remove listener comma that listener. That listener is register with the remove listener. So next event is error. When an error occurs with an event emitter instance, the typical action is for an error event to be emitted. So when any particular error occurs with an event emitter instance, that action like error event to be emitted. If an event emitter does not have at least one listener register for the error event and an error event is emitted, then the error is thrown and a stack trace is printed and that node.js process is exists. Okay, so see that syntax for registering with the error event emitter dot on then error comma listener. Yeah, we will see the example for all these adding registering for new listener, registering for remove listener. Okay, so see here first we have to import that events like constant event emitter is equals to require and events is the module. Then initialize the event emitter instances like where event emitter is equals to new event emitter. Then we have to register to error. Here you can see now we are going to register to the error like event emitter dot on. See here we are going to register, that's why on in bracket then error comma the listener is error. Here it contains one message to be print, that is console dot error attention there was an error. Okay, so this is the way we can registering to error. Okay, then we are to register we are going to register to new listener, that is event emitter dot on then new listener, and this is another listener, that is event comma listener. That is we are going to print the message like console dot log the listener is added to that particular event. Here you can see inside that curly bracket event. Okay, that event name is like my event. Here we are going to add that. Then we have to register to remove listener, so that event emitter dot on that remove listener comma event, that particular event and the listener contains that console dot log message, that is the listener is removed from that particular event. Okay, then we are going to declare the listeners jig1 to my event 1. Okay, that my jig1 listener contains one message, that is console.log message from jig1 and the message that we are going to trigger at the end. Then another listeners we are going to declare here jig2 to my event 2. These are two events, my event 1 and my event 2. So we are going to register for new listener and remove listener, and we are going to declare these two listeners, that is jig1 and jig2 to my event 1 and my event 2. Okay, so that jig2 contains another message like message from jig2 and that particular message we are going to trigger. Okay, so we have to listen to my event with all these two listeners jig1 and jig2, so that we have to how to listen this. Here you can see event emitter dot on which event, my event and that particular listener, that is jig1 and jig2, that is event emitter dot on my event jig1 and event emitter dot on my event comma jig2. Now here we are going to remove the listener like event emitter dot off. Inside the bracket give that event name and the listener name here. Then we are going to trigger that my event like event emitter dot emit inside the bracket event name and the message. Then we are going to trigger the error. Okay, trigger the error like event emitter dot emit, then event name is error. Here event name is error and that is new error, that is attention, we are going to give another message. Okay, so after executing this what will be produce output here. First it will print the listener is added to remove listener. Here the listener is added to remove the listener. Then it will print the listener is added to my event. Here the listener is added to my event. We have registered with the two events my event. Then it will print that listener is removed from my event because we have removed this listener here. Okay, it will print that the listener is removed from my event. Then it will print that message from jig1 error occurred because we have removed that first event and the first listener jig1. So that's why it's not going to print that message from jig1. It will print that message from jig2, that is event occurred. Then it will print the error message, that is attention there was an error. Okay, so in this way we have seen that event emitter class. Now we will see asynchronous and await functions. So these two functions we are going to see. Okay, here asynchronous makes a function return a promise. It makes a function return a promise, and await makes a function wait for a promise. These two asynchronous and await functions, that asynchronous function returns a promise and await function wait for a promise. First we will see that asynchronous function. So here that asynchronous function start with asynchronous keyword. Here see, it can be placed before a function like this here. Before writing the function like function f, before that function, that asynchronous keyword is placed. Okay, so like here asynchronous function f, then the body of that function. Here the word asynchronous before a function name, it means that a function always return a promise. If you are going to place asynchronous keyword before a function name, it always return a promise. Then the other values are wrapped in a resolve promise automatically. Okay, this is the way we can uh, write a synchronous function, that asynchronous keyword is placed before the function name, before that function. Then here you can see, for example, like a function that returns a resolve promise with the result of 1. Here we are going to write one function that will return 1. Here asynchronous function, asynchronous, then function f, that body of that function is return 1. Then close the body, then call that function f dot, then alert. So this function will return 1. Here we could explicitly return a promise like here you can see asynchronous function f, then body contains return promise dot resolve, resolve 1. Then close that body and like f, call that function f dot, then alert. So this will print like 1. Okay, so here asynchronous ensure that the function returns a promise and wraps non-promises it in it. Then here it is simple enough, but it is not only that, like there is another keyword await, await that works only inside the asynchronous function, and it is, yeah, this asynchronous function, sorry, that asynchronous function returns the promise and that non-promises are wraps into it. Then there is another keyword is there, await. Await keyword is there that works only inside that asynchronous function. So we will see await keyword here. The syntax for that await is like it works only inside asynchronous functions. So syntax for this await is let value is equals to await promise. Here the keyword await makes JavaScript wait until that promise settles and returns its result. It will wait until that promise settles and returns its result. That await is only works inside asynchronous functions. So here is one example with the promise that resolves in 1 second. See asynchronous function f, let promise is equals to new promise. Okay, we have seen promises in last session. Here It contains two parameters, that is resolve and reject. Here, let promise is equals to new promise inside the bracket resolve comma reject. It contains one method set timeout, that is it contains resolve done comma 1000. This is the timer we are going to set, that is 1 second, and close this promise, and let result is equals to await promise. It will wait until that promise resolves. It will wait until that promise resolves and alert that result is done. Yeah, alert result, that result is done, and at last call this function f. If we are going to call the, after executing this, whenever it will call that function f, that f function f contains one promise with that timeout set timeout method, that is resolve done, and with the timer 1000, that is 1 second, and it will print that we are going to use uh, await here, like let result is equals to await promise. It will wait until that promise resolves, and at last we are going to alert that result. Okay, so it will give output as a done that after 1 second. Okay, that is it will resolve that promise in 1 second, after 1 second. So that await function, here the function execution pauses at the line. Here you can see that function promises pauses that execution at this line and resumes the promises, and resumes when that promise settles, with results becoming its result. So the code that shows done in 1 second, here you can see this code shows done after 1 second, because we have set the time, that is 1 second here 1000. Okay, it will resolve this after, it will print this done after 1 second. Okay, so this is all about asynchronous and await keywords. Okay, so we have seen event emitter class and asynchronous and await keywords. That remember that await keywords only works inside that asynchronous function. Then we have seen that event emitter class and events several events, how to import the events, how to initialize that event emitter, then how to register with that listener, how to remove the listener, how to trigger that event in event emitter class. So that's it for today's session. We will stop here. Thank you.